Good morning. Good to see you. What's up, y'all? My name's Akia, artist, researcher, and curator of Buttermilk Goods. In the physical world, Buttermilk Goods is a curated vintage shop that I own in Metro Detroit. In this digital world, we're talking about all things fashion, history, culture, money, and the realities of owning and operating a shop. If any of that sounds interesting to you, you're definitely in the right place. And if you're interested in staying along for the journey or supporting the channel, a really great free way to do so is to like the videos, share the videos, or comment your thoughts. I surely want to hear what you have to say. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video for today. We are going to just be doing a typical morning shop vlog of opening the shop, getting things ready, and I think it's going to be good. So let's go ahead and get into it because there's always more to the story than the outfit. These early mornings in the shop have become some of my most treasured moments, not only because it allows me to slow down with the shop itself, but it also allows me some much needed time to slow down as a person. There's so much that I have going on any given day, and these moments when I get to come in the morning, I don't have to worry about customers and I can just take in the space. It feels so special. The sun rises on the front half of the building, so there's always a very particular light that illuminates the space, and it just fills me with so much gratitude.
Than anything, but now people are finally starting to push back as financial pressure from all different angles starts to mount against people.
So I think I mentioned already, but I was not able to get the tagging done for some of these pieces that I got and that I sourced the other day. If you did not check out that video, go and see my previous videos. I did a sourcing video where I took you all with me on a sourcing trip to the thrift store. I did get some nice goodies from the thrift and also from a different consignment store, but I did not get around to tagging them. The shop is going to be opening in just a couple of hours, and I'm not going to have nearly enough time to get all of the labels, the pricing, all the details, and get all of that printed, tagged, and out on the floor in just 2 hours. So what I'm going to do, and this is often what I do when I don't have the time to tag before we open, is I'm going to just take photos of everything so that I can work on the tags on my computer at home. We also have a 16-month-old, so whoever is not at the shop is with our toddler in transition. That's what I call him because he's technically still a baby, but he's also technically a toddler, but he's a lot. He's a handful, which we love, but it's a lot. So normally in my downtime, I will get the tagging done. So I'm going to take photos and then I'm going to put everything in this back room here. We have these curtains which sort of just conceal the door. It looks a mess right now, but it just conceals the door to our back room, which is really just our bathroom. This is a tiny, tiny space that we have here, which we knew when we signed the lease, of course, but we don't really have enough space for a true backstock, so we can't keep too many items back there. We do have a rack, but it's like I can't even, it's just a mess in there. I will show you all eventually, but we do have a rack that's sort of stuffed against the wall, and it is empty because I cleared a lot of things out. So I am going to take photos of these clothes, put them on the back rack, and then just straighten up so that when Andrew comes in, he can just get the shop opened. So let's get to it. Okay, so I photographed everything. I put the things that I can't fit in the back, and I've pulled out some things here that I am now going to record some content for our social media for our Instagram page. So I like to do some videos where I try on some of the pieces because I think it's always more helpful when you're selling pieces for people to see it on an actual body. So I am going to record myself in some of these. I've got some vintage coats and jackets mainly. I think I have a couple of skirts and some pants, so I might also try and style some of them. And then I'll put those away and finish getting ready for the shop to open. It is, what time is it? It is 10:10, so we have a little under 2 hours before we open. So let's get going. I just finished shooting some content. I think that went pretty well. I am trying to, let me adjust you. At the moment, I am currently trying to just create some social media content for a lot of the holiday. Words come to me. I'm trying to shoot some content for some of the holiday options that we have and some of the accessories, just sort of highlight some of that on our Instagram. If you are interested in following the shop Instagram, you can follow us at buttermilk.goods. Buttermilk is, of course, spelled with a Y. And if you want to follow me on my personal page, you can follow me at Akia Brion. The store is pretty much good to go. You can see I ended up in a different sweater. I just wanted to switch up the sweater for some of the content. So I am going to put my sweater back on, just finish up the last little doodads here to get the shop ready to open. I think it's about 11:20 right now, so the shop opens in about 40 minutes. So I've got to go home and switch off with Andrew, but I'm going to try and run over to Ferndale Project to get a tea because I would like some more caffeine. Hopefully the boo-boo, who that's our son, that's not his name, but we call him the boo-boo. Hopefully he is taking a nap, so I can get started on some editing and also get started on making some of the tags. So if you want to help me just finish getting ready, let's do that, and then let's see if we can pop over and grab a tea before we head back home. All right, let's go. Despite it being really cold, I loved that we had so much blue in the sky. It is very rare to have blue skies like this during our Michigan winters, so I was really soaking it up. We also like to patron the other local businesses. That's really important to us, so we go to the closest spot, which is Ferndale Project. It's actually a brewery, but they have a small counter that has some coffee, some lattes, and some teas, so we like to go there to get our caffeine fix for whoever's working at the shop. I often go here in the mornings when I am doing my prep work, either before I'm opening or before Andrew opens. It's also nice just to take a quick stroll around the neighborhood. You can see they're only a few steps away from us, but I really enjoy the walk. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. This was just a quick video showing a pretty consistent routine that I have in the mornings before opening the shop. Whether or not I'm physically working the shop, I am normally the one to come in the morning and get this prep work done. So thank you for joining me, and especially for going to grab a cup of tea with me. That's it for today, but stay tuned because there's always more to explore.